Don't be afraid. I only want to decorate the walls like your blade.
Hi. As you can tell from the amazing subtitle up there, title, subtitle, I don't care what it's really called, but obviously I'm going to talk about people who can't get the hint and leave you alone. Okay, so after putting a restraining order against you, after calling the police on you, I know how many times, after having to scream at you for hours to leave me alone, you still think you have the right to call me up and apologize and try to talk to me. Sorry, motherfucker, it ain't gonna fucking work. You have no life, no talent, you're a fucking ass. You ruined my life, or at least attempted to. Thank God I still have friends that care enough about me who want to come up here. But you are a piece of work. Have you ever had someone like that where they just sit there and call you and text you and try and talk to you and then turn around and say shit about you behind your back and try to fucking act like they're not doing this shit and trying to say that they want to be your friend and try and come up to you in the hall and try and talk to you. And then when you finally get sick of it, you put a restraining order against them. Then that sick motherfucker actually has the ignorance to call you up and say how sorry he is and how much he loves you and how he wants you back. I'm sorry, motherfucker. That shit don't work. You don't do that. No, that's just no. And then it's just like other people, not even just like ex-boyfriends and crap, but just people you don't like in general. Like, you've stated clearly that you don't like them and you don't want them around, but yet they keep on talking to you and saying hi to you in the hall at school, or keep on texting you, and you don't know how they got your number because you clearly never gave it to them. And they keep on, talking to you and talking to you, and you're just, trying to be nice sometimes. Other times you're complete and total ass to them, and they still don't get the picture, and they still call you, and they're like, "What's up?" And it's just like, "Bitch, I don't want to talk to you." And then they continue to call. It's like, oh my god, what do I have to do? Shoot you for you to leave me alone? Like, seriously, do I have to shoot you in the foot so you will just go? Or at least hobble away so you'll just not talk to me anymore? I mean, legitly, it shouldn't be this motherfucking difficult to get rid of an asshole you don't like. And the fact that it takes this long for someone to go away, and that it takes them this long for them to figure out maybe you really don't like them and they don't want to talk to you. It's like, you're like 20 years graduated out of high school, and then they figured out that, oh hey, I wasn't invited to this person's wedding, so maybe I should probably leave them alone. Or they're again still ignorant and then call you and say, "Why wasn't I invited to the wedding? I guess my mail just messed up and you couldn't invite me." No, motherfucker, I didn't invite you because I don't like you and you're crazy. And then you always have the crazy exes that never go away. You can tell them to go away, you can talk to them, you can scream at them until you're blue in the face, and they'll still call you. They're still there. You can't get rid of them. There's nothing to do. And in the case of abusive relationships, sick motherfucker keeps on calling you saying, "Oh baby, I'm so sorry, I'll take you back." And then the girls, I'm guilty of this, so I'm not being judgmental here, but the girls or boys who come back to that relationship and actually think that this asshole is going to leave you alone, it's ridiculous. I figured it out maybe a little too late that maybe that's not a good idea, because clearly they're not going to, change. But still, the fact that, people still go back to that, it just amazes me. And I wonder how I managed to freaking live through that, much less go back to it every other month after that motherfucker cheats on me and, abuse the crap out of me. And then there's other people who will continue to go back to it, that they never get the picture. They honestly believe these apologies are real, and they're not. So honestly, if you're going through some crap where someone is hurting you, no matter who it is, whether it's your friend, a family member, a boyfriend or girlfriend, I don't care who it is, but if they're hurting you and they're making you cry and they're hurting you to the point that you want them out of your life, but you just can't, and you are going back to that sick motherfucker, then you need to seriously call the police, get a restraining order put in place, and never talk to them again. Stay strong and just don't talk to them. Because I know how crappy it is. It's crap. They never go away. And unless you make them go away, they're not going to. So seriously, you need to get them out. Because no one deserves to be treated like that. No one deserves having some jerk calling them ugly or calling them fat, and the next day saying, oh, baby, I didn't mean it. I love you. No, you don't deserve that. I don't deserve that. No one deserves that. No one has done anything at all, to get that kind of crap. There's some people in this world that really just should not exist. I know how terrible I sound for that, and I know I'm really big on plur and all those other anti-bullying things, but seriously, there is just an extent where you just cannot take this crap. Peace, love, unity, respect. You should respect everyone. You should love everyone. You should always unite with people who you think that you can never get along with, but that does not mean that you should let them walk all over you. Some people, seriously, just get them out of your life. Keep them out of your life so you don't end up like, I can't even list off how many people I know that have been abused and that still go back to it. Me, including myself. You don't deserve it. Don't put yourself in these situations if you're not in these situations. If you feel like your partner's over controlling, get out of it. Get out of it. I don't care how much you love them, how much you think they're going to change. They're not. People do not change. No matter what anyone says, they don't change. So you need to get out of that relationship if you're in one. And honestly, if you're watching this and you're doing this to your friend, your sister, your brother, your child, your parent, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, I don't care. If you're doing that shit to someone, you need to get the fuck out of this life. Because seriously, you do not do that crap. Get the fuck out of their life and stay out of their life. No one deserves that. If you're a mom and you're beating your child, or if you're a dad and you're beating your wife and your child, then seriously, you need to get the fuck out of that relationship and go. Because you don't need to be treating people like that. If you don't want to be treated like that, then you shouldn't do that shit either. And honestly, if you're a child and your parents are abusing you, you need to tell someone. If they don't believe you, keep shouting. Sooner or later, someone's going to hear you. And don't let anyone tell you that you should stay because that somehow they might change. Do not let anyone tell you to stay. Don't let your partner to tell you to stay. Don't let your friends tell you to stay. Don't let your parents tell you to stay. If people are hurting you, get out. Get out before it's too late. Because there are numerous people in this, especially in the United States, where women and children and husbands are being beat beyond belief. And there are so many suicides every year because of spouse, child abuse, rape especially. There's so many suicides a year from bullying and harassment, and you do not need to be one of those. So you really need to get out of that situation and don't put yourself in it anymore. I'm sorry this was a more violent video. I usually don't get this worked up, but just some crap happened that's been really brought to my attention, and you can get out of it. So please, get out of it.